Yeah, so we're going to dive into that issue this evening. And for the latest on the probe into the alleged hit on the Deputy President, we're joined by his spokesperson, Mr. Keith Khoza. Mr. Khoza, good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I can believe that you obviously have been asked to relay the events quite a few times, but I think it's important for the benefit of certainly the viewer to say, if you are, as the spokesperson of the Deputy President, able to relay to us exactly what it was that took place on that incident about 3 weeks ago, as the Deputy President was travelling home after an ANC NEC meeting. The events, what you can tell us at the moment, Mr. Khoza.
Well, after the NEC meeting that was held in Boksburg, the Deputy President drove home in his convoy, and along N12, something hit the car at the time, and it was not clear what hit the car, and the police proceeded to his residence. And when they were at home, they inspected the damage to the car, which was a windscreen. They realized that whatever hit that windscreen was something powerful, because the car has a bulletproof windscreen, but the cracks were deeper than a stone chip or anything. And they then decided to take the matter for further investigation in terms of ballistics. They came back and said it was a handgun that was used to shoot. And they are currently investigating the matter in terms of the circumstances, who could be behind that and so on.
Okay. And that is going to be an important talking point. But as we just look at the details of that night, then, of course, there's the decision that was made by the Presidential Protection Unit. So in that moment, in the moments that followed, what is it that was the role of the PPU?
Well, the role of the PPU is to protect the DP. If the DP, I guess they would be able to explain as the police how do they react to situations. So we are of the view that whatever the police did was to protect the Deputy President and was to take him out of that scene.
Why do you think that would be? So in your understanding, what do you think the motivation would be? You know, we just obviously have been trying to get answers from even the African National Congress, and you've got Gwen Ramokopa, we played these bites a little bit earlier on, saying that previous assassination claims have been proven to be fake. So what do you say to that, firstly, that assassination claims have proven to be fake in the past?
Well, I'm sure even if you check with the police, they'll be able to confirm, for starters. But secondly, if you look at the story that was carried over the weekend, it had pictures of the windscreen that was damaged. So we are not fabricating anything. It is unfortunate that people would downplay such a serious matter.
Okay. We've got a statement that has come in from the Office of the National Commissioner of the SAPS. I want to read from it. It says, the National Commissioner of the SAPS, General Fani Masemola, takes this opportunity to assure the nation that the executive of the country, including President and Deputy President, are in safe hands. Members of the Presidential Protection Service who are assigned to both President and Deputy President are trained to a high-level skill and possess the necessary capabilities. It goes on to say, while it is not common practice to discuss safety and security aspects, the National Commissioner deems it fit to assure the country that sufficient resources are always assigned to safeguard members. Crime intelligence is also continuing with its regular work. But General Fani Masemola confirms a shooting incident involving the Deputy President's convoy. Following the incident, an extensive investigation was conducted and still underway with the ballistics report. So tell me what your response to that is when you've got, of course, the SAPS saying, indeed, there was a shooting incident.
I think it reaffirms the fact that this is not fabrication. I think it speaks about the matter with the right tone of the issue of safety that would have been at stake. So the police are doing their best, and we appreciate that. they did the best on the night, and they continue to take this matter seriously.
Now the next question that I imagine yourself, the Deputy President, and those surrounding the team certainly is why. Gwen Ramakopa there also speaking about how there is no reason to believe that this incident could be linked to the 2027 elective conference. What do you say to those words by the ANC Treasurer General?
Well, we refuse to speculate on the reasons behind this because we're not even sure who was behind it and why they did it. So for now, we are patiently waiting for police to do their work, and we believe that some questions will be answered when they have completed their investigation.
Why did it take so long for certainly the Deputy President or for yourselves to come out with the information? I mean, there was the understanding that this took place just about 3 weeks ago. Why was it not brought forward 3 weeks ago, Mr. Khoza?
Because it had to be investigated. This is a serious matter. You don't just talk about something you're not sure of. We had to establish the facts first through the proper investigation that was done by the police. And based on that merit, we can talk about it. But can you imagine if we spoke about it and the police come with a different version of events? What that would have done? You know, it causes more damage than anything. So waiting for facts is more prudent than rushing to speak about something that hasn't been investigated.
Sure. And I think anyone could understand the limitations of what you're able to share with us in light of the ongoing investigation. I think just one last question then, Mr. Khoza, before I release you. The Treasurer General, they're talking about the steps taken. There is a process of the African National Congress and that comes with the verification of facts, but she also says security agents must be given a chance, as you say, to investigate and to do their work. Your request as the team of the Deputy President, not just of the country, but certainly for the party, your request of what you want to see the African National Congress do about this matter moving forward.
Well, it's not for us to make a request to the ANC. It is a matter that will be considered in its merit by the ANC, and they will deal with it the best way they deem fit.
Yeah. Of course, a confident Deputy President over the weekend, as he was speaking from KwaZulu-Natal, is he still feeling confident? Is he at all concerned about his safety?
If he believes that he's in good hands under the current protection.
All right.
Team.
Mr. Keith Khoza, we really do appreciate your time. And of course, we'll come knocking for more of that information as it does come forward. Keith Khoza, the spokesperson for Deputy President Paul Mashatile.